If you ever get into it with 50 Cent and switch up on him, you are his enemy for life. Big Meech and Little Meech are finding that out the hard way, as 50 is currently beefing with them over what he perceives as blatant betrayal. It's tough to see how all of this is unfolding so publicly, but if you know anything about 50's history and what he's had to endure to reach the top, then you understand why he has zero tolerance for disloyalty. 50 Cent has done a lot for a lot of people, whether it was giving rappers careers when he was at the height of his reign in hip-hop, or, in this case, putting millions of dollars into the pockets of the Flannery family, while creating a hit TV series centered around Big Meech and his brother Southwest T. 50 has consistently put others in positions to win. For Big Meech to then turn around and align himself with someone that 50 has been feuding with for over 16 years, a beef that cost $50 million, was bound to ignite major drama. Let's break this all down. 50 Cent serves as the executive producer of the BMF TV show under his G-Unit film and TV banner, bringing the incredible rise and fall of the Black Mafia family to the screen. But this isn't just a business move for 50, it's personal. He went as far as to handpick Little Meech, Big Meech's son, to portray his father in the show. This wasn't a mere favor. 50 personally invested in Little Meech's future, paying out of pocket for years to ensure he received top-tier acting training to be ready for the role. This was a life-changing opportunity and one that came directly from 50's hands. Little Meech himself has shared how surreal the experience was. He recalled that his father called him one day saying he wanted him to fly out and meet with 50. At first, he wasn't even sure why, but after some conversations, 50 told him directly that he wanted him to play his father. At first, Little Meech was hesitant, but when 50 insisted that he would provide everything necessary to make him a strong actor, Little Meech agreed.
Well, 50 actually came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. So I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, it sounded crazy, but of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, I just didn't know if I could do it.
From that moment, 50 became a mentor, shaping his acting career and setting him up for success. Now, of course, 50 made money from BMF. No one's saying otherwise. But at the same time, he put millions into the Flannery family's pockets, all while Big Meech was still behind bars. Anyone in that position would expect a lifetime of appreciation and loyalty. Fast forward to this month, and the internet is buzzing with controversy. A video surfaced of Rick Ross standing alongside Big Meech promoting a welcome home event. Given the long-standing and deep-rooted beef between Rick Ross and 50, this didn't sit well with 50 at all.
Me performing BMF with the icon himself, this shit gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
For context, 50's beef with Rick Ross dates back over a decade, sparked when Rick Ross took shots at him on Mafia music.
Burn the house down, you gotta buy another. Don't forget the gas can, jealous stupid motherfucker.
That diss ignited an all-out war between the two, leading to a flurry of diss tracks and relentless trolling from both sides. The feud escalated to the point where 50 got involved in legal trouble and leaked a sex tape of Rick Ross's baby mother while playing his infamous Pimpin' Curly character. That move ended with 50 being sued for $7 million, a major financial hit. The animosity never truly died down. Over the years, they've continued taking shots at each other whenever the opportunity arose. For example, when it was revealed that 50 was only paid $17,000 per episode of his role in Power as an executive music supervisor and actor, Rick Ross wasted no time clowning him online.
What we doing today? How we turning up? What new money we talking about? What new brands we talking about? What new businesses we talking about?
Similarly, when Rick Ross and Meek Mill joint album only sold 31,000 copies, 50 fired back with his own mockery, reminding the world that their long-standing feud was still very much alive. So, when Big Meech, who owes so much to 50, was seen publicly aligning himself with Rick Ross, it was a clear violation in 50's eyes. The betrayal was made even worse by the fact that BMF, a show that 50 created and funded, played a massive role in keeping Big Meech's name relevant and providing his son with a thriving career. 50 immediately took his grievances public, which is no surprise given his track record. He called Big Meech a rat multiple times and even went as far as hinting that the BMF series was officially done. One of the most damning posts from 50 referenced a woman named Tammy Cohen. He wrote, "Biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining a relationship with Tammy Cohen. Her tell-all documentary reveals the truth and nothing but the truth." This post strongly suggested that Big Meech had cooperated with authorities at some point, an allegation that could damage his reputation. He followed it up with another cryptic post, "This is going to blow your mind. Doc coming soon." 50 was clearly implying that he had receipts to back up his claims. Little Meech, realizing the tension between his father and 50, tried to smooth things over. He reached out to 50 via text, but instead of a private response, 50 posted their conversation online. The texts read, "You unfollowed me on Instagram, now you mad at me? When I brought Rocky around you, when you didn't even know who he was, you were good with it. You mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you? I can't believe this. You act as if I'm your enemy. I only showed you love and loyalty." Little Meech went on to clarify that Rick Ross had only given his dad some money to help cover bills until the next season of BMF. However, 50 wasn't buying it. He fired back with a savage caption, "What next season, Little?" implying that BMF was done and Little Meech shouldn't count on any more checks from him. This public fallout between 50 and the Flannery family is particularly wild, considering how much 50 has done for them. Even Big Meech felt compelled to speak out, attempting to shut down the snitching rumors. In a statement, he said, "I wasn't going to address this because I'm not about to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. The paperwork is out there. I'm always solid." Despite his statement, the damage was already done. And of course, Rick Ross couldn't resist chiming in. He posted a picture with a caption, laughing at 50's reaction, adding fuel to the fire.
Nigga took a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe, nigga. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
At this point, anyone who has been following 50 Cent's career knows that he is a me-against-the-world type of person. He's always been that way, and his cutthroat approach to loyalty is part of what made him so successful. His refusal to let go of grudges has shaped his entire persona. Just look at his 20-year beef with Ja Rule and Murder Inc. Even after all these years, 50 continues to take shots at them whenever possible. When Irv Gotti recently suffered a major loss, 50 posted a disrespectful comment writing, "Smokin' on that Gotti pack." While some might say 50's ability to hold a grudge for decades is petty, others argue that his mentality is what's kept him on top. He views betrayal as an unforgivable offense, and he's consistent in making sure his enemies feel the consequences. That's why this situation with Big Meech and Little Meech is unlikely to be resolved anytime soon. 50 has continued trolling since this all started, posting about how he helped the Flannery family make over $5 million in legitimate income, only for it all to seemingly disappear. He took shots at Big Meech for allegedly wearing other people's jewelry and implied that the family squandered the money he provided. The real question now is, where does this leave the BMF series? If 50 truly pulls the plug, it would be a major loss for the Flannery family. While some fans hope they can find a way to patch things up, 50's history suggests otherwise. Once you cross him, there's usually no coming back. At the end of the day, maybe Big Meech simply wasn't aware of how serious the 50 Cent and Rick Ross beef really was. Maybe he didn't see this as an act of betrayal, but in 50's world, perception is reality. And right now he sees nothing but disloyalty. It's unfortunate to see such a promising partnership crumble over industry politics. But as always, 50 Cent is making it clear, if you switch up on him, you're done for life.